Hi, good morning, everyone. Can you see my screen, everyone? Online, guys. Can you
Good
confirm,
morning,
everyone?
sir.
Yes.
Yes, I can see.
Right. Yeah. So this is a existing batch. In this batch, we are going to start DevOps today. Yeah, new people join into the batch. New people join into the batch. Okay. Those who are joined today. Okay. So from today onwards, DevOps. We are going to start DevOps. Today is DevOps introduction. Okay. Yeah, so what is DevOps? Why DevOps? Why the project teams are looking for DevOps tools, right? What is automation? Why automation? So what is the build and release process, right? How can we deploy the code on target servers, production servers, UAT servers, dev servers, okay? So how the developer develop the code? So what is the artifact? So what is the build? What is test cases, right? So as a DevOps engineer, we no need to worry about testing, no need to worry about DevOps, sorry, development, right? So DevOps engineers will develop the DevOps engineers will automate the activities. Developer will develop the code. Okay. So whatever code developed by developers that will be deployed by DevOps engineers. Okay. So we no need to involve into the development part, testing part, right? Yeah. So we need to keep in our mind, DevOps engineers will not do any development part. Okay. So we should not involve into development. Fine. Yeah. So people who are joined today, for them, I just wanted to introduce myself first. Okay. Quickly. Yeah. So this is existing batch. So in this batch, already AWS completed the last week. Okay. So today we are going to start DevOps. So before going to discuss about DevOps, let me introduce myself first. So my name is Ram. I'm having 16 plus years of experience in IT. Last 8.5 years, I'm working on DevOps practices. I'm handling multiple projects governed by the DevOps technologies. Currently, I'm working as a solution architect in one of the MNC company. Fine. Yeah, let's get started. Fine. So what is DevOps? If anyone asks you this question, what would be your answer? So what we can tell? So what is DevOps? Anyone? Yeah. So DevOps is not a tool. It is not a tool, right? Yeah. DevOps is a set of practices that combines software development and IT operations. Okay. It is a set of practices. Okay. Where the multiple tools are connected to each other to perform automation of all the activities. Okay. What is automation? What is automation, anyone? Whatever activities we are doing manually, day-to-day activities like code deployments, code merging, code push, code pulling. So these manual activities you can do in automated way. So by single click, we can deploy applications. By single click, we can merge the code. We can pull the code. We can push the code, right? Yeah. So by using DevOps tools, we can automate the activities. So in real-time projects, whatever activities we are performing manually, those we can do in automated way, right? So currently we are using Agile methodology. What is Agile, anyone? Agile is a parallel development, right? So before Agile, we used to use waterfall methodology. What is waterfall? Waterfall is a sequential development, right? So in our project, yeah, 6 years back, 7 years back, so our team size 180 members, right? So because we used to use waterfall methodology, so currently our team size is 30 members. So why that much of drastic change? Because of automation tools, right? Automation, everywhere automation. So manual activities we can do in automated way, right? Yeah. So everywhere automation. So not only in IT industry, so pharma industry, chemical industry, medical industry, automobile industry. So everywhere automation is the number one choice, right? Yeah. So every organization they're using automation tools. One of my friend is working with Ready Labs. They're using Jenkins. One of my friend is working with automobile industry, right? They're using Kubernetes, right? So everywhere DevOps tools. That is why high demand currently, right? Yeah. See here. So it's a continuous deployments, continuous integration, continuous testing, and continuous monitoring. What is deployment? What is integration? What is testing? What is monitoring? We'll see in further slides. Okay. Yeah. So when the DevOps was started, so let's go with little bit history of DevOps. DevOps arena started in 2008. It is not new process. It is very old process. DevOps started in 2008. Okay. So by the time we used to use very old tools, Puppet. Puppet is one of the old tool. By using this Puppet, we used to perform the activities. Currently, we are using very advanced tools like Kubernetes, Jenkins, Terraform, right? Docker, Ansible, Grafana, Prometheus, very advanced tools we are using currently, right? By using advanced tools, we are performing the automation activities. Fine. So here we have two sections. One is developer point of view. Second one is operations. What is developer? What developer will do? What is developer? The people who are developing the code, the people who are building the applications, the people who are developing the applications are nothing but developers. Okay. So operations are nothing but it's a collection of all the servers, collection of all the devices which are hosted in the data center. Right. So what is data center? Data center is a server, right? Where we prepare all the servers. Fine. Now, let us go and discuss about few examples. So let's try to understand software development lifecycle. Okay. Yeah. For example, there is the application development. So application development. Okay. So for like Flipkart, Amazon shopping site, Mintra, Meesho, these are the websites, right? Applications, right? So like that, one application development is going on. Yeah. These are the developers. These are the developers. These are the developers. Four developers are there. They are working on the same requirement. Four developers are there. They are working on the same requirement. Okay. Yeah. So here developer A, developer B, and developer C, developer D. Four developers are working on same requirement. So because every development, what will happen in Agile methodology? In Agile methodology, every development, so the development application will divide into bits and pieces. Every application we divide into bits and pieces, which are nothing but what we can say sprints. So in the Agile methodology, in Agile methodology, Agile is nothing but what we can say parallel development. Agile is nothing but parallel development. In parallel development, what we will do, we divide into sprints. So what is sprint? Anyone? Sprint is nothing but it is a timeline, right? So sprint can be 1 week to 1 month. 1 week to 1 month. Sprint can be 1 week to 1 month. Okay. So for example, here four developers are working on same development activity, same requirement. Okay. So this we can say Git local, Git local. Okay. So this is Git local. They are working on their Git local. So Git local is nothing but local workspace. Local workspace. What is workspace? Where we start our work, right? So your laptop or desktop, we can create the workspace so that we can convert into local Git. Okay. So once development is completed, what they will do? Anyone? Yeah, they are working on Git local. So once development is completed, they push the code to remote repository, which is we can say GitHub. So this is Git local. The 4 developers are working on their local Git. Once development is completed, they push the code to GitHub. So GitHub are remote repository. GitHub are remote repository, right? So Git local is a local repository, our local system workspace. GitHub is a remote server. So once development is completed in the local, so the code will be pushed to the remote repository, right? Which is a remote server. So why the developer should push the code to remote repository? What are the importance here? Okay, yeah. So in local, multiple developers they develop the code. So for example, developer A is working on front end UI, front end. So he's developing the front end in HTML. Okay. So developer B is working on backend API development. So third one is working on database, developing database. So fourth one is working on some patches, hot fixes. Yeah. So they are working on sprints, different sprints. The sprint should be integrated somewhere. So all the bits and pieces, so those should be integrated somewhere, which is GitHub. The GitHub, the code will be merged, right? So one person, so the developer A is working on front end, developer B working on back end, database and other patches, right? So all the code, all the sprint should be integrated in the GitHub. Okay, yeah. Once the code is pushed to GitHub, so from GitHub only the code will be pulled, right? So the code is here currently. The code is here. Fine. So this code should be deployed onto target servers. Finally, that is our target. Okay. Whatever code developed by developers that should be deployed, right? Yeah. So if you want to deploy, we require deployment tools, right? We require deployment tools. What are those tools? Yeah. Our next tool here is very popular tool, very core tool, very important tool, which is Jenkins. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. What is CI/CD? Yeah, continuous integration, continuous deployment. Okay. Yeah. So in DevOps, we have multiple tools are there. All the tools are individual tools. One tool will not communicate other tool. Yet Jenkins is a mediator tool. It will integrate all the tools. It will communicate all the tools by installing plugins. So Jenkins is the mediator tool, right? So for example, my code is available in the GitHub. So I want to pull this code from GitHub to Jenkins, for which what I will do here? First, I need to integrate GitHub with the Jenkins by installing plugin, right? So for example, I want to integrate GitHub with the Jenkins. So for which we required plugin. What is plugin, anyone? Plugin is a package software, right? So once I install plugin in Jenkins, so Jenkins will start communicating with the GitHub. Okay. So after that, what I will do? I prepare jobs here. Once integrated, I prepare jobs. What is job? For example, if I want to pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins, I need some I need some rules, right? Yeah. So this job I want to trigger. Once I prepare the job, I want to build the job. Once I build the job, what will happen? This code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins. Okay. Once I trigger the job, so the code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins. Once the code is pulled from GitHub to Jenkins, this code we can say raw code. Raw code. What is raw code? Anyone? Raw is nothing but unstructured code, unformatted code. So raw means unformatted, unstructured, right? Yeah. So this code should be deployed finally. Finally, our target is we can deploy onto respective target servers. So this is a application server, for example. This we can say app server or Tomcat server. application server or Tomcat server. Okay, so the code should be deployed finally, but here the code is raw code. So raw code will not understand by application servers. That is why what we will do, we can, yeah. So we need to integrate one more tool, so which is Maven. So first, yeah, here we required one more tool, which is a very important tool, which we can say project management tool also. So which is, we can say, Maven. So Maven is a build tool. Build tool. Maven is a build tool, right? So what is build tool? So it will build the code. It will convert into artifacts. Okay. Yeah. So Maven will convert the raw code into artifacts. Artifacts. Okay. What is artifact? Anyone? Archive files. Okay. So artifacts are nothing but archive files, binary files, zip files, star files, jar files. So as per the application requirement. So Maven will take the raw code from Jenkins, will convert into artifact. Artifact is nothing but archive file, binary files, right? So for example, so here Java development is going on. Here Java development is going. So in Git level, Java development is going. Java development. Okay. Yeah. So when we talk about Java development, so first one, Java desktop application development. So Java desktop application development, and also Java web development, and also Java enterprise development, web application development, and enterprise application development, and desktop development. So when we talk about development, so three types of developments are available. Three types of developments. Okay, desktop application, web application, enterprise application. So what is desktop application? Anyone? What is desktop application? Anyone? Yeah. So when we talk about desktop application development, so in our local system, whatever applications are running, for example, calculator. So this calculator is a desktop application. This is a desktop application, right? So this calculator will work in my local system, right? So my desktop, in my desktop. So my calculator you cannot access. Your calculator I cannot access, right? So which is nothing but desktop application development, desktop application, right? So this will work in local only. Through internet we cannot access this, okay? Which is desktop application. Second one is web application development. What is web application? The application which we host on the server, which is yeah, web application. So enterprise application, what is that? So enterprise level. So whatever applications we deployed, right? Those we can say enterprise applications. For example, developers they are developing the application which is desktop application. Maven will generate jar file, jar Java archive file. Maven generate jar file, Java archive file. So if the development team is working on web application, it will generate WAR file, web archive file. Okay. So if the application team is working on enterprise applications, okay, they develop ER files, enterprise archive file. So based on the application development, right? Based on the application development, Maven convert into respective format. Okay, for example, so Maven converted the raw code into war file. Okay, so this war file, it will give back to Jenkins. This war file will be pushed to the application server. Jenkins will push the war file to application server. Here we deploy the war file. Clear, right, everyone? Is it clear to you, everyone? Any questions up here, anyone? Anyone having any questions up here? Up to here, any questions, anyone? You can open up now. So this we can say build and release process. Build and release process. Is it clear to you, everyone? Online guys, is it clear to you, everyone? Any questions here, anyone? Yeah. Now, am I audible? Can you reconfirm again? So, online guys, am I
Yes.
audible? Right. Yes. Fine. Yeah. So developer develop the code in their local Git. So Git is a basically what is Git, anyone? What is Git, anyone? Git is a repository tool or version control tool. Git is a repository tool or version control tool. What is repository, anyone? Where we store our data, where the data will be stored by developers, right? Which is nothing but repository. Version control, what is version control? For example, four developers are working on local yeah, they are working on their local workspace on same requirement, same development activity, four members. So who is doing what? How can we identify who is doing what? For example, which one is doing front end development? So which developer is doing back end? Which developer is doing database? Which developer is doing? Which developer is working on hot fixes? Fixes. How can we identify based on this version control? Version control will help you to manage the version control will help you to track the changes. Who is doing what? So version control will identify, right? Yeah, so Git is a local repository tool or version control tool. So local Git, remote repository. Local Git is a local system repository. Remote repository is a remote server. So the code local, whatever the code developed by developers, that code once development is completed, they push the code to GitHub. Once the code is moved to GitHub, so the code will be pulled by Jenkins. In this process, building this process, we use the Jenkins tool. So Jenkins is a CI/CD tool, right? Jenkins will pull the code. It will pull the code. So whatever code pulled by Jenkins, which is a raw code, so raw code will not understand by application servers. That is why we are integrating one more tool, which is Maven. So Maven is a build tool which will generate artifacts. Artifact is nothing but archive file. So based on the application development, so yeah, desktop application, web application, enterprise application. So respective format will be converted by Maven. That war file will be pushed to the application server. So here we deploy the war. So for example, in your laptop, you have PDF documents are there, 100 documents. I asked you to send those documents to me. What is the simplest way to send those documents to me? How can you send that? By converting into zip file. Yeah, once you convert to zip file, you can attach to the email and send it across. Same way, same functionality will work in the Maven also, right? So Maven is a build tool which will, yeah, Maven will take the raw code and convert it into, it will convert to artifact as a single file, war file, jar file, ER file. That will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push the war file to target servers, application servers. Here we deploy the code. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. So every project in every organization they're using the same process, CI/CD process. So build and release process or CI/CD process, both are same. Okay. So build and release or CI/CD process. Every organization they're following the same. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So along with this, so okay, fine. Developer develop the code. DevOps means will pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins and convert to WAR file and deploy onto application. That is fine. But where the testing will be happen? Where the testing will be happen? Testing. Okay. Yeah. So we have one more tool which is we have another tool which is Sonar code review tool, right? So this Sonar code review. So every tool will integrate with the Jenkins. All the tools will integrate with the Jenkins here. So GitHub will integrate with the Jenkins by installing plugin. Even the Sonar also we can integrate by using by installing plugin, right? So every tool here also Maven. If you want to integrate Maven, we require plugin. We required plugin. Even the Tomcat also required. So Jenkins is a mediator tool. Jenkins is a mediator tool. It will integrate all the tools. It will communicate all the tools by installing plugins, right? Yeah, fine. So whatever the war file, that whatever raw code converted by Maven, so the war file, right? That war file will be tested here. Okay, even the raw code also will be tested by Sonar. So any duplicate lines are there, errors are there. Sonar always review the code. Once it is reviewed, it will provide the report. So we can say quality gates. The reports are nothing but quality gates. Okay. Sonar will review the code and it will, once it is reviewed, it will provide the report, right? If any errors are there, issues are there, duplicate lines are there, right? Developers, again, they fix the issue. Not developers, testers. Testers always, they check the Sonar code review report. They fix the issues and they allow to deploy the war file on target servers. Clear, right, everyone? So this is very very important process. While attending interview, we need to explain this CHD process, right? So this will be repeated multiple times. Don't worry, right? So again and again we'll repeat this because while attending interview, we need to explain this, right? Yeah. So along with this, we are going to learn very advanced tools are like Ansible. What is Ansible anyone? What is Ansible anyone? Ansible is a configuration management tool. Ansible is a configuration management tool. What is configuration management? Anyone? Yeah. So which will automate all the activities. So Ansible automate all the activities, whatever activities you have, right? Ansible is a configuration management tool. Fine. So manual activities, whatever activities you are performing currently, those we can do in automated way, right? Yeah. So next tool is Docker. What is Docker? Yeah, it is a container tool. Container tool. So Docker containers, we can say Docker containers, right? So containers, what is container? Container is nothing but it is a box. Container is a box, right? So we can move anywhere, we can use anywhere. That box we can move anywhere, we can use anywhere. So containers are advanced to virtual servers. Containers are advanced to virtual servers, right? Yeah. Next tool is Kubernetes. So which is very very important tool, Kubernetes, which is what is this? Container orchestration tool, container orchestration tool, advanced to Docker, right? Kubernetes is advanced to Docker. So currently, most of the organizations they are using Kubernetes to automate the activities. Most of the organizations currently, most of the organizations they are using Kubernetes to automate the activities. Fine. So next tool here is Terraform. What is Terraform? It is a infrastructure automation tool. So Terraform is a infrastructure automation tool. So if you want to create 1,000 servers, we can create using Terraform with all tag names, all applications, all plugins, everything. So Terraform is very advanced tool to automate the infrastructure. Okay. So after that, we have Grafana, Prometheus, and also JFrog. So Grafana and Prometheus, we can say these two tools we can say monitoring tools. Monitoring tools. By using Grafana and Prometheus, we can monitor our containers, Kubernetes, Docker, right? Yeah. So JFrog, what is JFrog? JFrog is a artifactory tool, right? Yeah. So these are the tools we are going to learn, right? Every tool will go very deep, right? Okay. So even though Jenkins, Git, Maven, every tool, okay. So here Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, these four tools are very advanced tools, very core tools. So in these four tools, if you are good in one tool, you can easily crack your entry. Okay. So in these four tools, if you are good in only one tool, you can easily crack your entry. Okay. So you can easily cope up in the projects also. You get very good package also. Okay. So Kubernetes, Docker, these two are very hot in the market currently. So even Terraform, Ansible also. Okay. So we are going to learn this many tools, but we don't use all the tools in the real-time projects. Okay. So in real-time projects, we use two or three maximum, two or three tools only. Okay. Along with that, one cloud. So if you learn all the tools, you can fit with any project. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. So these are the tools we are going to learn. Fine. So this is just introduction. So tomorrow onwards, we are going to start Git. We'll start Git tomorrow. Okay. Git will take 5 days. Git will take 5 days. Every service will go very deep. Right? The Git. Clear, right, everyone? In Git, every service will go very deep. Fine. Any questions up there, anyone? Sorry. SLES. Yes. We'll see that. SLES. Yeah. There is. So can you hear me, everyone? Can you hear me, everyone? Dheeraj, are you? Yeah, can't hear anything you are saying here, right? Now it is fine, Dheeraj. My voice is audible. Okay. So maybe you have some connectivity issue. Dheeraj, you can check it out. Okay. Yeah, someone asking some question here. Sitapati asking some question here. Maven supports C language. Maven support any language, right? So Java, Python, C, C++, Ruby, right? Whatever developments, .NET, right? Any language. Maven is very core tool. So whatever tools we are using in our codes, whatever tools we are integrating, these are all very core tools, right? So most of the project teams they are using these tools. 80 to 90% of the project teams they're using Jenkins, they're using Git, they're using Maven, they're using Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Grafana, Prometheus, JFrog, right? So what are the popular tools are available in the market? Those we are using in the we are using in our sessions. Okay, so these are the very popular tools in the market. Clear, right, Siddharth? Any other questions, anyone? Any other questions, anyone? Tomorrow we are going to start Git. Okay, so Git is also very important tool. So Git is completely developer tool. But why we need to learn Git? Because sometimes developers they do mistakes, so we need to correct them. That is why we need to learn Git also. So while attending interviews, we get some interview questions on Git. That is why we require Git. Clear, right, everyone?
Yeah, Ram, actually, we need to get the interview questions for the AWS.
Okay. Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Today.
And also
So
dump for
documentation
the
also.
exam questions also, dump for the exams also.
Exam dump also, right? Yes, sure, sure. Upload. Those are the sample model papers only, dumps. Okay.
Okay.
So exactly, I don't say that exactly don't get the same questions. That is sample
Okay.
papers. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Ram.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Upload.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Uh, I
Yes.
I checked with the video, but not providing any scripts like a boat to three or
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I upload today. So I upload
okay.
in the Google Classroom today. You can check it out and you can download it. Yeah.
Ram, this is Mahesh this side.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know how it was happened, but there was some charges on me. Like it's showing some $0.06.
Hmm. Nothing to
So how
worry. You
to?
can ignore that. You can ignore that.
Okay,
You
it's
can
okay.
ignore that. Next month you can check. Next month, May 1st you can check. That will be zero, right? So nothing to worry.
Okay.
So that will be covering free time. Free hours are there, right? In that will
Yeah.
be covered. Yeah.
So actually, I
Okay.
just checked in that. In that, it's showing
Mm-hmm.
under EBS.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe that's the one.
I see.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay, sure.
fine.
Hey Ram, this is Dave this side. Where we do the unit testing before we deploying the code in the server?
Yeah. So actually, so this is the Sonar code review tool. So
Okay.
testers they test the code in local from once the code is moved to remote repository,
Mm-hmm.
testing should be happened. Manual
Okay.
testing, automation testing also. So once the code is moved to Jenkins, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately Sonar will activate. Sonar will review the code. So
Okay.
Sonar is a code review tool. That's it. But testing team test the code before that. Once testing is completed, again Sonar code review their code.
Okay.
Every organization, what they will do, they maintain some code standards, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if any duplicate lines are there, errors are there. So, let us say, for example, there is a Flipkart. The Flipkart. So this application also developed by some other development team, right?
Yeah.
So in the Flipkart, some duplicate lines are there. For example, duplicate lines are right. So if you click on any product here, so this product will show you 3-4 times if any duplicate lines are there. So when you
Mm-hmm.
try to book this product, for example, when you click on that, it will give errors. If any errors are there in the application, that is why Sonar code review the code. If any duplicate lines are there, errors are there, it will provide the report.
Okay.
Then testing team will fix that issue. They will test it out. Clear,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. So, but the flow is to the DevOps engineer is once the unit testing is completed, then it comes to the Jenkins. Then we deploy the code, or after the Jenkins, the unit testing will be happen. That's my question.
Right. So testers, they test the code once the code is moved to GitHub. That is first phase.
Yeah.
So once converted into WAR file also, they will test it again.
Okay.
You understand, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
two
so
times
second
testing will
testing
be
will
happen.
be happen after Jenkins. So okay.
Yeah, yes. Two times testing will be happen. Always the test the code.
Okay.
Tester's job is to test the code always.
Okay.
They keep on testing. Okay. So Sonar,
Oh,
what Sonar will do? It will review the code. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
tomorrow we are going to start DevOps tool, first tool, which is Git. Okay. So Git and GitHub both will take 5 days. After that, we'll jump into Jenkins. So as a
Yeah,
DevOps engineer, our role starts from Jenkins only. But we need to learn Git also here because developers always do the mistakes. So while pulling the code, while pushing the code, while merging the code, they get some errors issues. By the time we need to guide them. Yeah, that is why we need to learn Git also.
yeah, Ram, I have a question actually.
Yeah.
So do we need to trigger the automation of test cases? Is it a DevOps role or it's only testers part?
No. We don't do any testing. Yeah. Testing team will
Okay.
take care of.
Okay, but I think I heard so many companies will do automation of testing also, right? So it is the process like continuous integration, continuous testing, and building and continuous testing. We don't do any testing, right?
We don't do anything. Yes. They will work on.
We will not
Testers.
trigger any test cases or will not trigger any automation of test
Exactly.
cases.
Exactly. We
Okay,
don't use any test cases here. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Fine. So we can wind up here. So tomorrow onwards, we're going to start working on one by one tools. Okay. Yeah. Push to that.
Uh, Ram, do we need to
SL.
use the same link or a different link for joining the meeting?
Tomorrow also same link will work. So tomorrow also you can use the same link. So whatever link provided today, so tomorrow also you can use the
Okay.
same link. So day after tomorrow, you can use the new link. I provide you another link day after tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The previous link which was created for the 84th batch that is no longer will be used, right?
Sorry, can you come again?
Like when we use I mean, when we use the link meeting for AWS one, so that won't be
Uh-huh.
used anymore. Am I correct?
That will not work. That will not work. Okay.
Okay.
So tomorrow
Okay.
also same link you can use. Day after tomorrow I
Okay.
provide you new link.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. So actually every organization they are using some ticketing system, ticketing tools, right? So ticketing tools are like ServiceNow, Jira.
Uh, uh, Hi Ram,
Yeah.
this is Tania here. So I
Yeah.
would like to know, are you going to upload AWS interview questions in the classroom, Google Classroom,
Today upload. Today upload.
in
So we,
Google
we are
Classroom only, right?
yes, Google Classroom only. Today upload because we are upgrading that. So today upload.
Okay, sure.
Fine. So when we talk about ticketing systems, ticketing tools, we have three popular ticketing systems are available. ServiceNow, Jira, BMC Remedy, right? So what is ticketing system? What is ticket? Ticket is a request, right? So every organization, yeah, every project team, they work on tickets, right? So ticket is a request, right? So that will be raised by customer. Customer is nothing but developers, right? So once they raise the ticket, every ticket will have some SLA. What is SLA? Yeah, service level agreement. What is service level agreement? What is service level agreement? It is a timeline, right? As per the SLA, the ticket should be closed, right? So, for example, when we talk about SLAs, so P1, one of the ticket, right? P2, P3, and P4. So priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, priority 4, right? So as per the priority, the ticket should be closed. As per the priority, the ticket should be closed, right? Yeah, P1 ticket is having 1 hour SLA. 1 hour SLA, service level agreement. Within 1 hour that should be closed. P2 ticket is having 4 hours SLA. P3 ticket is having 24 hours SLA. P4 tickets are having 48 hours SLA. Why we are talking about SLA here? Because in Jenkins, we automate the activities, we trigger the jobs, also we work on tickets. Okay, so we work on tickets. Customer always raise the tickets, so the tickets will take care. As a DevOps, yes, we always work on the tickets. Okay, so every ticket is having SLA. SLA is nothing but service level agreement, which is a timeline. As per the timeline, we need to close the ticket. Otherwise, that will be escalated to next level. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. So tomorrow onwards, we're going to start working on the tools one by one, right? So up to last session, AWS completed, right? Everyone should practice that. So once you start working on DevOps tools, you will not get time for practicing AWS. Okay. I upload questions, entry questions today, and also upload documents and other about the 3 documents and all, right? You can take the documents, you can go through that, and you can practice the services. You can brush up the services. So tomorrow onwards, we're going to start working on Git. Okay, clear, right, everyone? So while practicing, if you have face any issues, so definitely can post it to the group. Fine. So any challenges while practicing AWS services, that I can clear you. Okay, you can practice and you can post it to the group. Fine. So we can stop here. So tomorrow we start the DevOps. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all. So new guys, can you share your WhatsApp number? New guys who have joined today, you can share your WhatsApp number. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.